Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus the Riven Realms. We are out here looking for Gorgoro's shaman friend out here amongst the wasteland. I found him, he's like right here. Basically all we did is we wandered down from here, picked up a little more metal, dropped it off in the crossroads, came back out, went over to the Torzeg shelter, sold all our stuff, and then just picked up a bunch of more supplies so we could come find the shaman for Gorgoro. So here we go. This must be the place the spirit told Gorgoro about, because for the last hour or so he has been practically running ahead of the column, scaling hills and peeking into ravines like an overexcited mokaroo. I don't know what a mokaroo is. There, he points northwest of where a small stone hut sits on top of a grassy shelf. We're here. I can feel it. Gorgoro is clearly excited, but are you ready to stop and investigate? Yes, investigate the hut. Leaving the comitatus behind on Gorgoro's advice, the two of you ascend the steep incline that leads up to the top of the grassy shelf. A gentle wind blows from the east. As it moves the tall grass, you can see that the small stone cairns were raised all over the shelf. From up here, you spy burial mounds all across the area, lining ridges and valleys as far as you can see. Some ancient cemetery, no doubt, forgotten and forlorn. Spirits hover over the ground, over the mounds, Vagrus. Gorgoro tells you in a hushed voice as his gaze scans your surroundings. They do not mean us harm, I think. Try as you might, you can see nothing in the clean air. The rickety door of the stone hut opens and an ancient-looking orc limps out with a huge smile on his wizened face. Upon seeing him, Gorgoro's mouth falls open. Then he rushes ahead, yelling in Orcish and laughing heartily. The old orc and your warrior companion embrace and begin talking in Orcish until you reach them. Gorgoro then turns to you with a wide grin. This is Brawl Theg, my tribe's shaman, he tells you enthusiastically. Welcome to my humble abode, the old orc tells you. You are Vrarud, a wandering spirit of the wasteland. May you forever find what you seek. The three of you sit down outside the hut on some rocks, and Brawl Theg brings you some broth that he made in the morning. You've never tasted anything so vile, and you can see Gorgoro is suffering from it too, but he respects the shaman too much to voice his distaste. He asks Brawl Theg how he is, and the shaman complains briefly about aching bones and worsening eyesight. In truth, you think the old man looks sick and weak. Orcs usually keep most of their physical prowess with age, but Brawl Theg looks ancient and wizened beyond what you thought was possible. It's good to see you, old man, Gorgoro tells him. I thought you were dead. Soon, my boy, soon. Perhaps quite soon, the shaman grins. Brawl Theg, the warrior says after a short pause. What is this all about? I saw a spirit and it called me here. Was that you? In a way, yes, the old man replies with a senile smile. I beckoned the ancestors to aid me. I never would have thought that one of our people would be alive and in reach of the spirits of our kin. But as always, they didn't let me down and brought you here. Why? Gorgoro leans closer. What is wrong? Brawl Theg raises his head and looks around. This is a burial place, my boy. Long ago, war leader Torzeg fought battles against the Imperials and dragons in these broken lands. Scores of his warriors died here. Unable to set them on fire due to the rains, the survivors raised mounds over their corpses at the behest of their leader. The wind whistles gently as the shaman pauses, rises to his feet, and indicates the valleys with a sweeping motion of his gnarled hand. For centuries they were left alone, watched over by shamans who descended from that unfortunate tribe. These guardians performed spirit dances that warded this place from predations of the twisted creatures who would raise these remains as mindless servants. Hollow eyes, Gorgoro spits. Hollow eyes, Brawl Theg nods. But the line of shamans was severed. Nobody comes here now, and the last ward is faltering, my boy. The cursed monsters are now ogling the place. I'm not one of Torzeg's kin, but I am shaman. I happened upon this place in my wandering and decided to protect it until my death, to honor the sacrifice of Torzeg's people. But I'm afraid that my days are numbered, my boy. Spirits might be strong here, but I am fading, and the hollow eyes are probing my wards, so I prayed to the ancestors to bring me aid. We'll pledge yourself to your defense, Gorgoro says. We'll pledge yourself to your defense. Did he mean ourself? He speaks for me? Oh yeah, I was gonna say. And does the Vagrus agree to it? The old shaman turns to you. This is important, Vagrus, Gorgoro declares. Not only is this honorable, but it is also the right thing to do. Isn't that the same thing? Left unchecked and bolstered by an army of freshly... I guess honorable and right thing to do aren't always the same. Bolstered by an army of freshly undead, the Hollow Eyes would threaten many travelers in the region. People who did nothing wrong would die. You're in, right? You are in! Pledge yourself to Braltheg. You do not want to get involved. Thank you, Vrahrud. Braltheg bows his wizened head to you. Without your assistance, preventing this disaster would be impossible. There are 2 Hollow Eyes lairs nearby, one to the north and one to the south. Both threaten the cemeteries, so both have to be rooted out. We'll see to that, Gorgoro tells him and pats him on the back. He then turns to leave with you. I'll be here if you wanted to talk, or have some broth, eh? The shaman calls after you when you're a stone's throw away. Gorgoro chuckles to himself and waves at the shaman and then says to you, finally, a fight that I like. No moral ambiguity, no old wounds, no past betrayals involved. They are the monsters and we are the heroes. Sometimes the realms reward you for persisting, it seems. Time to hunt Hollow Eyes. Okay. One to the north, one to the south. 8 nodes? Alright, well we have some scouts, so maybe we can make use of it. Do you think it's this one right here? And then maybe, well, that one seems like due west of here, so I don't think it would be that one. Down here somewhere. Let's try to find the one to the north first. This way. We have 2 movements, so let's try and get some supplies. We did. Cross your fingers. No, I've been bamboozled. Oh, we're not even in the range of it. Okay. I'm guessing it's up here somewhere then. We'll have to pay attention to the map. One to the north and one to the south. Hopefully this isn't too far north. Alright, we're right on the edge of it. So the question is, it could be these 2. So why don't we camp, try to get some more supplies again. Hey, double success. Good job, team. We even got a day back. All right, let's try scouting. Looking for, I assume it's an event. So we could scout up here. That would take 5 movement. Yeah, that would save us some time. And if it's not these 2, it's got to be like back down this way. Ah, directly to the west. Okay, so if we had kept going, it would have worked out, but that's fine. Alright, after scouting the area, you come to the conclusion that this must be one of the places Braltheg pointed you to. A hidden lair of the dreadful Hollow Eyes must be around here, yet the grassy hills and muddy crags look deserted. What are you planning to do? Ah, at least we have arcane lore. Oh, and Nadir and having Nadir. Search for the lair prepared for a fight. A thorough search turns up nothing but cairns all over the area, which can only be signifying a burial site. Carefully taking the comitatus around the hallowed ground, you approach the smallest valley that you believe must hide the Hollow Eye lair. As you approach, you begin to see humanoid shapes lumber out of the crag by the dozens. Undead. The Hollow Eyes must have raised them to defend their lair, but your clever maneuver now funnels the shamblers into a choke point at the mouth of the valley. Okay, they're not too bad. Little dangerous. Look at these weirdos. Defend equally. We would like to makeshift barricade. Even with the amount of soldiers I have, it's gonna be a rough fight. I should have taken the Colorish saddles off and put something better on. That's okay. We'll do it next time. 78% to succeed, and then let's go call their ranks as well. We'll probably fight... Whoops. Well, we lost the slave. How did that go? That was a critical success. Elani got hurt, though. That's okay. They continue the fight. We're up to 79%. So now let's try culling their ranks. I guess the nice thing about not culling their ranks at the same time that we did a barricade is we save a little bit of resourcefulness. Unintended. Oh, look at that weird little guy. He's so small. All right, good luck, team. Elani got hurt, but she's not even that bad off. So let's keep her out there. Alright, let's try to stun this new nerd. Oops. I wanted to see, you don't have the thick-headed perk, do you? It doesn't look like it. Alright, let's try to stun him. He's been smacked. He has been stunned. Fantastic news. Double Nadir's moves. Jump forward and swap with Eilani. Crit for 7 on a block is fantastic. Oops. I wanted to throw a fireball, but... Oh, he's just dead. Maybe somebody will move on to that space, perhaps. Good swing. You know what'd be kind of sick is if you hit twice with the swing, you'd get double the damage on them. That'd be kind of awesome. Or double the healing. That's not how it works, though. That guy just burned to death. Fantastic. We don't have to deal with the hollow eyes anymore. Nadir, or Eilani, you're at the back. I don't know if she can... I don't think you can stun a zombie, especially a headless one. Fireball. Sweep. You got a crit for a death there. Axe this guy to death. That guy's gonna punch somebody, but... Oh, nerd. Right. Eilani, you just hang out at the back. And then everybody unload on this one dude. Suppose if we kicked him to the back, he probably wouldn't have been able to attack anybody, but that's fine. That went really well. Let's see how well the overall roll went. They're retreating. Not on my watch. Normal success. Let's pursue. Ah, we still got wounded. Holy hell, slaves, stop it. Ah, we're low on manpower now, you dummies. Hey, we got somebody back. Thank God. And we lost one fighter. That's not so bad. Alright, that went really well. Oh, we still have to fight more. The undead horde of the Hollow Eyes is decimated, and Gorgoro tells you that you should follow the abominations to their lair and finish them off. Even though you know what needs to be done, this might be a daunting task. Are your Komi strong enough to track the attackers down? Yes. I think what we'll do, actually, since we've made our way relatively close to Torzag's, I think after we clear this out, we'll head back to Torzag's and heal up, or not necessarily heal up. Oh, it's only 5. Let's swap Garrick, or actually let's swap Kreefta for Nadir and bring Garrick. We'll head back to Torzag's, get a little more labor, a little more fighters, and then we'll go fight the second phase. You and Gorgoro lead a foray into the valley where the fiercest fighting took place and find a cave entrance hidden in a side gully. This must be the lair of the Hollow Eyes. Taking a long look at the overcast skies, you plunge into the yawning darkness. The lair turns out to be a series of humid tunnels and halls carved crudely into the earth. The chambers are almost empty, save for some crude furniture and piles of trash. At last you reach the nest in the deepest halls. A handful of risen undead and 2 Hollow Eyes are all that defend the half-formed offspring of these abominations. Ew! They have to be eliminated too. Alright, 2 small guys. Oh, you can only deploy... Oh, no. I was gonna say, you can only deploy 4 people? Okay. 3 zombies, 2 Hollow Eyes. Hollow Eyes should be our primary target. Let's stun them if we can. We stunned the first guy. Let's gas bomb these 3. That didn't do anything to them. We've been melted! Alright, it was a mistake to try and gas bomb the zombies. In hindsight, that kind of makes sense. Oh well. Double fireball. Nice try. Haha! That went really well. Good, Gorgoro. I'm proud of you. Stop melting my people's minds. I don't know what that means. Everybody's been scrambled. Nadir's at the front. This is bad. This is bad tactics. Ah, I thought that was perspective, but oh well. Nadir, double fireball. Oh, you missed him. Oh, you missed him. Switch with Nadir. Got rid of a zombie at least. All right, poke. Oh, that guy burned to death. Fantastic. Try to stun this guy again. It worked again. Fantastic news. Let's have you move to the middle. Reload your gun. Double fireball. Oh, and a crit for 4. Amazing. Gorgoro, with his mind melted, is very confusing. Did everybody just burn to death? That must have been what happened at the end there. With the hollow eyes dead and all the remaining undead lying inert, you proceed to look around the chamber. About a half-dozen larvae of the creatures are inside viscous pods embedded in the muddy walls. The semi-transparent they're egg people? What? About a dozen larvae of the creatures are inside viscous pods embedded in the muddy walls. The semi-transparent membrane of these eggs allows you to look upon these embryos, wrinkled worm-like things with tiny versions of the great yellow eyes of the hollow adults. You shudder and step away. We can make sure they never see the light of day, Gorgoro says quietly, although I assume that without their parents, these will perish anyway. So it's up to you, Vagrus. There is some loot to be had here, things taken from the victims of the Hollow Eyes, but it is quite meager and has to be dug out of trash piles. Absolutely destroy the larva. Gross. Alright, so, back to Tor's eggs. Oops, well. They tricked me. Sometimes when I see that my movement thing is available, it's actually not available. Or at least you're like in a negative space, if that makes sense. Like you've gone negative on your movement, but you can't actually go negative on your movement until you get more movement points. And then it's like, haha, sucker. You know those movement points you thought you had? Nope, they're ours now. Oops. Well. Nobody got harmed. No harm, no foul. Alright. Approach the guards, nothing to hide. Trading license, in we go. We're kind of hemorrhaging money, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that. The other thing is, I have this thing to turn in for these guys in Lumen. They're probably going to be a little annoyed at me because I think I'm going to be late. Let's see. Let's get a few more supplies. Might as well just get a lot because it's not like I can... It's not like I'm spending any more than I normally would. Right, back out we go. Now, so it's still to the south. So let's go follow the road down a little bit before we head east. Like this. I wonder if it's right here. I've been led astray by the tail map feature before. Walk towards the light. I think we've already had this happen. Hey, we got some insight. That's fun. All right, we're gonna try it. I've been tempted too much by the tail. This little guy here. I'm not gonna force march. That's a fool's errand. All right. Almost back up to full nines. It's gotta be, right? Hold on. We're in the thing. It's gotta be right here. It wasn't, no! How could they do this to me? Oh, that's very funny. All right, let's scout. We should have done that when we first got here, but alas. Distance? Yeah, this is a good use of movement. Send your scouts. Ah, it was up and to the right. All right, let's rest again. Hold on to our movement for the day. And then there we go. They're tricking me, man. I can't depend on the tails anymore. It's happened to me like twice and forever in my head. I'm like, I'm so clever. This must be the place. Oh, it's different. This must be the place that Brawlthag described, where a lair of the Hollow Eyes is hidden somewhere. Before you could consider your options, one of your Komis calls out and points to a lone figure walking towards you. Gorgoro and the other fighters line up to defend the Comitatus, but upon the stranger coming closer, you can see that he is unarmed, a haggard, thin man with unfocusing eyes. He stops and begins to speak from a stone's throw. You have to leave. Leave. The man says in a monotone voice, they want you to leave, otherwise they will be wrathful. Unleash their wrath upon you, and the one who severs the thread. You will not be allowed to do that. Leave. The bastards are speaking through him, Gorgoros grunts as the man turns around and walks away. The orc warrior leaps at his side and puts him down with a single punch. Wow, one punch man. Perhaps they can hear us through him too, he explains. Before you could contemplate what happened, your Komes warn you of another approaching party. This time, lumbering undead emerge from the foggy crags and begin shambling towards the Comitatus with clearly ill intent. You will not be able to navigate out of this place with a small army of these risen dead surrounding you. You have to fight them. I forgot to get more people. But this is an easier fight, apparently. Or maybe not. I don't know. Makeshift barricaded up. Let's use our... Let's not... I know I was talking about how I don't have to use the resourcefulness, but if we're not using it, what's the point? Let's go ahead and call their ranks. Holy hell! They're enormous. Let's switch Harvick for Garrick. I think Garrick will be better for chunking through these big guys. 24 vitality. Let's get... We really want to get Nadir's fireballs going. Crit for 8 is a fantastic way to start. They don't have any armor, which is kind of surprising. Let's go for a sweep. Let's... I don't think I can stun any of these people, so let's just go for damage output. Shoot him. And then burn this guy. All right, 1 down. 5 to go. Outie. There's more of these big dudes than I thought there would be. Burn these 2 as well. Poke them. I think it's better to use the poke. That didn't do anything. I think it's better to use the poke and focus on 1 guy than spread the damage over 2 guys. At least with these big dudes. Maybe when it comes down to the zombies, it might be a little different, but... Look out for the bone scythe. Incoming zombie. He bone scythed again. Alright, Garrick reload. Fireball. This guy is probably gonna burn to death, so let's leave him be. Let's focus fire on the guy on the right. Between these 3, they might take him down. Oh, we did. Lucky us. Got another bone scythe. And then a punch to the head. And then that guy did burn to death. So shoot the big dude. Stab him. And then we'll let Skornar try to finish this dude off. It worked. Alright, that went pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with how that combat went down. Let's see how the overall combat roll went. A little bit of damage, not too bad. Didn't lose any slaves, thank God. Do we call their ranks again? The winning chance is a 96%, so I think we just fight them. It's still pretty good. A lot of our fighters are wounded now. We're still at 96%. Just go for the finish. Ooh, ouch. Not a great final roll, I don't think. Oh, it was a critical success, and I still got bodied. Sometimes I don't understand how the rolls work. Because, like, I got a 97 plus 1, and I ended up with Nadir and Elani. A slave got killed, and then a bunch of our fighters got wounded. Give everybody some time to heal up. Still a lot of deaths, though. Lost a scout as well. What else is new? Alright, we'll have to replace the horses. Got a lot of supplies, though. The horde of undead and their hollow eye masters fall back, and your crew catches its breath. You order them to tend to the wounded and prepare for the next wave that is sure to come soon. Or perhaps you could proceed in another way. Ask Gorgoro for advice. He gained loyalty. It's hard to say, but looks like the hollow eyes pulled back because they need some time to regroup, or come up with some kind of ruse, the orc warrior says while he's wiping grime off his axe wings. My gut tells me it'd be best to attack the effers as fast and hard as we can. Let's do it! Charge in there! Another battle. It's just non-stop. It's a 96% chance to succeed, though, so that's pretty good. Let's go for another call their ranks. Should go pretty fast because it's just zombies. And they're not too wounded. They're a little wounded, but not too wounded. Alright, try to stun this guy. I don't know what Mind Melt does, but it seems to make my people jump around, and I don't like that. Alright, good job. The fireball will finish them, or him, and wound the guy in the middle. And maybe Gorgoro and Skornar can finish him? Well done, you two. Good job. Now we just have to deal with the punches of the zombies, which shouldn't be too bad. We'll leave the guy at the back alone. And actually, we should definitely be kicking dudes to the back as well. Oops. So they don't actually do anything when they're at the back. Improve Nadir so she attacks twice. They're gonna do some shuffling around, but... Aha! Suckers. Right, double fireball. We even killed one. Don't switch... Oops. Don't switch with Nadir. Or Aelani. I get Aelani and Nadir mixed up, which is wild, because their personalities are nothing alike. Krifta. Axe time. You guys ever see Axe Cop? Is that, like, way too old of a reference? There's like an animator and his like 5-year-old brother came up with like a concept for a show. A weird story. Alright, you guys should be able to finish off one zombie in one more round of full attacks. Although he does seem to be pretty resilient. I guess that's kind of the hallmark of the undead. Good attack. Wiped out 6 out of them. Hey, a full... That went really well. Critical... Oh, 100%. Yes! Alright, pursue? We have a 100% chance to succeed, so go ahead. I'm glad it worked out the way I thought it would, which is nobody got hurt on my side. I don't think we have to give anybody time to heal, so... Just do normal healing. Oh, Aelani healed. Cool. Got some bones? At length after the bloody fight, the undead are broken, and you push into the valley where you massacre the handful of hollow eyes leading them. The lair, hidden at the depths of a dingy cave, turns out to be empty, save for the piles of trash and pilfered belongings of the abomination's previous victims. You take what you can. We're done here, Gorgoro announces as he trudges back to the Comitatus. Soon you give the order to depart. We got so much stuff. Alright, back to... Balhreg's, graveyard, I guess? We're very tired. So let's head back, talk to the old orc. In we go. Brawltheg, that's his name. Hut is on a grassy shelf overlooking a maze of valleys. Tell him the 2 hollow eyes layers are history. I know, Brawltheg tells the 2 of you when you arrive at his hut. The spirits told me. Of course they did, Gorgoro grunts but smiles at the old man. So what now? Is this place safe? Of course not! Brawltheg barks at him. Haven't you been paying attention? I have to place wards on the mounds with a great spirit dance. Easier said than done, boy, because I'm alone and the shamans usually do this in groups. Old men dancing. That's where we are now, the warrior jests. Quit your yapping. I just wanted to thank you both for the Hollow Eye Massacre. Don't you make me change my mind. But now I need to prepare for the dance. And you need to get me some spectral residue. A sack of the stuff would do. Dang it, I have to give him my spectral residue? Why can't you get it yourself? Gorgoro asks him. This place is crawling with the things. You are really daft, aren't you? Brawltheg scoffs. What's the point of protecting this place if I start destroying the spirits of the ancestors? No, boy, get me some of the malevolent spirits, and prepare for the worst. The Hollow Eyes from all across the area might take offense for us trying to prevent their desecration, so they might try something. Swell. Gorgoro grunts and looks at you apologetically. Ghost dust, I'm afraid. You think about how to go about it. Oh boy. Well, you know, what did we... I guess we're ready for the spirit dance. Oh, no, we're not. We need 12. Rats. All right. Okay, well, let's, acquire supplies? Oh, no. Let's head back to Torzeg's shelter. We need to rest. And then we should pause the episode there. And I'll have to, like, think about this. A roaming horde of undead. I don't want to do this. Here, just fight them. Oh, I should have lured them away with my... I should have lured them away with my Osculite charms. Ah, man, I lost another guy. At least we killed them all. Give our people time to heal. I think we'll put that on hold for now. Gorgoro's quest line, because we need to get 12 spectral residue. I also need to farm 50 spectral residue for the gate. So I'm kind of thinking next time, let's get over to Torzeg Shelter here. Next time we're gonna set ourselves up to go over to Tectum Carvos, get that storyline cleared away, and then we'll go back once we've finished all that. We'll go back over to Devon, and then I probably, most likely offline, will just farm a crap ton of spectral residue, and then we'll have all the stuff we need to finish Gorgoro's questline and get the gate over the finish line. At least from a spectral residue point. I'll still need more iron, because I think I have like 30 maybe out of 160, so we'll still need to gather more iron, but at least we'll have all the spectral residue we could ever want. So let's get in here to the city, show them our trade license, and then let's pause the episode there. So if you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button, it helps me out a lot. If you guys want to see more Vagrus the Riven Realms or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel, that also helps me out a lot. But until next time everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye everybody!